Alright, so my name is Geaho. Some of you might know, some might not know. So my name is Geaho, and right here, right now, I have something called the radar, sonar radar. You guys have seen the submarine, you know?
Yeah.
Right, and it finds you've seen it, right? So you have the little submarine that finds the distance, right? Shows you where the object is. So that's what I'm trying to do. So, do you guys know the ultrasonic sensor? Yes, you work with it. You work with it.
I'm working on it.
You're working on it. All right.
I'm not working on it.
You're not working. Okay. So do you guys know what ultrasonic sensor do? Yes.
It senses things when it comes.
Yeah. So the distance, right?
Yeah, it senses the distance and it balances. It just bounces until it hits something. And it does what you need to do, what you programmed to do.
Yeah. So it sends out high frequency sound waves, bounces out, calculates it, and it shows you distance, right? So that's what I'm putting on. So I put it on a motor right now. So what I'm trying to do is that when it goes around, I can actually put an object in front of it, and I can tell not only how far it is, but also where it is in a position. So I have right here, if I want to hide everything, this is actually how it looks like. So I have a certain degrees, which my motor is facing, right? And you see the degrees, and each individual lines here are the distance. So if I wasn't really done with this, so if it was working, so you had a green kind of line going back and forth, and that represents the motor going back and forth. And it'd be red on a certain area and a certain width, depending how wide this object is and how far it is. So that's what it basically does. If it did work, however, I did not have it working. I'm gonna, if you guys want to see my program, I'm gonna briefly go over this so I don't bore you to death. So what you see is a lot of text, So have you guys worked with move blocks? NXTs, yes, a lot of move blocks. Yes, okay. So instead of using move blocks, I've used text. So basically, my move block is basically saying, digital write, which is basically saying move something. So I put my pins right here. Alright, so some of them are input and some of them are output. The output is my motor, obviously, because I want to output how far it's going to go and how far it's going to move. And my input is using the sensor up here, so I can get in information. So knowing that, I put different pins in, and so this is my digital pins, which makes me receive inputs. And I have, in these same digital pins, can also send out outputs, so I can move the motor at the same time. And the program, what it's basically doing, it's that while it's still moving, motor is continuously moving, that if I find an object close enough, right, then I put a certain value, and that's why I have something called a serial monitor, which prints out how far my thing is, and I can tell how far it is and what position it is. And with that, I convert it, as you can see, back into this graph, if it was working. And that's basically what I have for you right now. So, thanks. Any questions? Yes.
What would you put that thing on if you had anything you could put it on? What would you put it on?
I put it on a rover, most likely. This is mostly a search, obviously, and a position finding kind of device. So if you put on a rover, I can I can make it autonomous, which means it can run by itself, right? So I can tell how far an object is so I don't get hit by it, and also I can tell if it's moving or not. If it disappeared right in front of me, then I probably know it's going to be moving, right? And also, it's like my eyes almost. It moves around, so I know constantly what's near me and what isn't near me. Any more questions? Yes.
How much days does it build it? How much days do you build it?
Well, we did kind of a little challenge right here. So my mentor and I, we finished it in 1 hour, this entire build. But programming took us the entire 4 hours, right? Yeah. And this is how we just end up in. So this is the best we can do for 4 hours. Yes.
How hard was it?
I guess the hardware wasn't that hard. I just improvised using hot glues and solders. I can get this done. But then softwarely, it's kind of difficult because Arduino tends to fight with you. So I'd say it's alright. Your typical programming days. Yes? probably building it. Pretty straightforward.